I was right. It was trash. I mean,
You were right about what now?
I was not confident that this was going to be a good show. But I was giving it a chance because, okay, it's a series, it's Netflix, the trailer looked okay, but
it's spoofy enough to keep me entertained. I'll watch it because it looks like it's so bad. I would be interested in tuning in just because I want to see how much worse it can get.
Well, for me, I was about to stop watching. I was not interested in finishing this series, but I'm going to finish the series simply because I committed to watching it and reacting to it. But just right off rip, the writing is bad. The opening scene was given one of his BET shows. Just the whole cinematography, the look of it was given BET. Like Tyler really write on a Tubi level when he's a billionaire. I don't think Tyler does not know. I don't think Tyler like women. Like the way he tries to write in a woman's voice. We don't talk like that. Like, you know, the overuse of the B word. It's not normal conversation, even in the most ratchet scenarios. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I could agree with that. The women characters they come off very masculine in the tone, how they speak to each other. But I guess that's to personify kind of like the ratchetness of that line of work. That's kind of what happens in that line of work. That's how they talk to each other. That's how they behave.
But I don't think that's how they really behave and
it's kind of raw.
Tyler is overdoing it. He's overdoing it, which is why he needs writers that can give a voice to those people. For instance, P Valley. P Valley is great.
That's the vibe I got. He that probably was the I don't know. That probably was the muse for this show.
Mm-hmm.
But the I guess the experience, the quality isn't quite there yet.
The quality is not there, and that's why I have a problem.
It's on this other extreme of inferior as opposed to just the balance you'd expect in natural tones, natural conversation,
natural dialogue,
natural behavioral patterns.
Yeah.
You know, the stuff that's not so easy to pick up on and say like, dang, that's too much or that's too extreme.
Like right off rip, the opening scene with her and the trick. Like, why is he so mad? Like, why is he cussing her out?
Yeah.
Why is he calling her, you look like a hoe, you smell like a hoe? Like, that's like over the top conversation.
Yeah. It's on that far side of the spectrum that don't offer room for context. It's like it just boom, jumps in. What made bruh so mad? Why was he coming at her so hard?
Yeah.
Everybody was that way.
Everybody in this show was mad. Everybody in this show was talking down to Kimmie and Rain, like everybody with no context as to why. Is this because they're sex workers? Is that why they're talking to them like that?
And even then, it's a human element that they got this tough side as part of the work they do, but then you got a normal human element where you want to portray them as kind of soft or some sort of storyline that builds up to some of these weird,
to the why
scenes and scenarios that they're in. Yeah, that's the piece of it for me that's what makes it seem spoofy enough for me to stay tuned in, because it's almost like, well, dang, I want to see how much worse this is or can get.
Yeah.
For me, that's enough to keep me entertained without digging into it too deep.
I just resent Tyler for having the resources that he has.
But he calmly makes productions that way. I mean, there isn't a whole lot of range in that regard. It's consistent in that way, in that, I guess to us, it's poor quality.
It's Tubi.
It lacks range. The context is not always there.
I'm gonna say something. Tubi has better movies than Tyler. Like, what's his name? Chris Stokes?
Yeah, but that still keeps me entertained though. I'll watch it. I mean, but I'm not ingesting it or analyzing it. That's, to the nth degree, but
I just want to be entertained.
Yeah. Well, for me, that is entertaining.
Well, for me, it's not, because you got people just constantly cursing each other out, constantly calling each other bees.
Yeah, that's a lot of overkill.
Like, it's just
a lot of overkill.
And all of the profanity. Like, I'm no prude, but that was a lot of cussing. That was a lot of cussing.
Yeah, it don't really set up the scenes. It doesn't set
Mm-mm.
up it doesn't create this context that allows you to actually piece the story together.
What's her name? Body came in. It looks like they're taking all the
Body,
women's
which one is
money. The
that?
light
Oh, the one
skin,
running the.
hard face, duck lip girl that
Okay,
was really just
yeah,
coming
she
at
was
Kimmie
running the
hard.
girls. Yes, yeah. Where
Like,
that beef come
yeah,
from?
why she hate Kimmie so much?
Yeah, why is there some sort of animosity between?
And then the
two of
big
them?
lady at the door, she mad. She coming in with all the energy too. You know, just,
I think that's him trying to portray like that culture of that work. I think he perceives it to be it all
he
like
think that's
pimpish
yeah. He think that's how that segment of people actually
in that line of
communicate.
work. Yeah.
All right, so these the scenes. Let's get into some of the scenes and Tyler's writing. So when Kimmie and Rain were going to see Mallory at whatever this when she was giving out scholarships,
Okay. Yeah. Yeah.
Rain was like, "We hoes, that's all we gonna be."
I think that's another element. I think that's him portraying again. He perceives these women to be doing this stripping. I think that's his portrayal of that profession. The women and men who do that.
And he don't know how to
It's one side.
write for women.
Yeah.
It's so bad. I think that's the problem.
Yeah.
It's just so bad.
Well,
it's so one-dimensional.
I think it hits on some stereotypes that he himself has about, I guess, sex workers
and women. Because let's get into how he always write women.
Yeah.
It's always a struggle story.
Yeah.
And
inferior.
It's always a
low,
struggle story.
Yep. Submissive to some guy who has all the authority and power.
Even with Mallory, who is, upper class, yeah, we see her all nice and humble on stage, but she really
a devil.
She's a devil.
Yeah.
She's a devil. So everybody is so one-dimensional.
That one I do. When I saw her introduced as this charming lady who found the love of her life, was in this foster care program, I immediately looked at her and said, "Man, she finna be this nasty woman."
But
not without piecing anything together other than I suspected that's where her character would go.
I thought where Tyler was going to go with this character was she was going to be the one that was beaten down by her husband. Like, she's a super nice person, but her husband is this mean guy that's, beating her down.
The only real innocent seeming one so far that I've seen is the damn
Kimmie.
Yeah. She the only one. So far she has not presented as, she seems to be the punching bag for most every other character she comes into contact with in this show right so far.
But if you notice, Rain keep indicating that maybe Kimmie may be a little vindictive. Yeah. Like, she got like a mean streak, and we saw it when she called the wife when she was in the room with the guy. So we're gonna see.
He's setting up her personality story.
You know what?
Which I think, that's okay to kind of explore that path for developing her character.
Yeah, but what he's gonna do?
But he presented her as timid.
Yeah,
mild.
He's gonna flip it where she probably gonna burn this whole thing down. She gonna burn down the strip club, and she gonna be like over the top. Probably. You remember how when we were watching The Queen's Men? How once Tyler took over writing, directing, it got over the top, and Eva's character was like, what did she do? She burned down a house. She blew up a house.
A building. Yeah.
I think that's what he's going to go with Kimmie. Like, it's going to be something so extreme.
It deviates away from like natural outcomes.
It's nothing natural about.
And maybe that's his intent.
Nothing's natural. The outcomes, the dialogue.
Yeah, it's all
just Tyler. I just wonder, like, are you around people? Like, do you actually listen to people talk? Is that what you hear? When you hear people talk, this was a mad ass episode. Everybody was mad. Everybody was cussing each other out.
Yeah.
Well, not everybody cussing each other out. Everybody was cussing out Kimmie.
It was really it was like hard
cussing,
and it was women among women. It wasn't,
and the men. I didn't like the way the men were talking. Now, she's a sex worker, but golly, like, and she's so timid. She's compliant. Why are you cussing her out like that? Like, dude was like, what he say? "I'll F your face up. I'm gonna F your face up."
Yeah. Yeah, to threaten her to say, if you don't comply, you're going to... Yeah, that's very... I get it.
No, but what got me was the scene where T.S. Madison come in about to give Rain this BBL, and I'm like, okay,
Yeah, that whole exchange was.
you coming in, you about to provide a service, and you mad? You mad at your client who has said nothing, by the way.
Yeah.
She's like, get on your table, get up on that table, and let me do my damn job.
Yeah.
Like, why you talking to her like this?
And look at seeing those cues or expressions, it almost makes you want like, dang, what everybody got against this doggone girl?
That's Tyler.
Without us having seen anything that leads us to believe that she's deserving of it, or it's like, dang, why is she getting this treatment so consistently, so roughly?
Yeah. And then Mallory whole flip out in the car after she got served with the papers, the nasty stuff she was saying.
Just a lot of these setups in this show are so extreme.
So extreme. And she kicked everybody out the car.
In the middle of the road.
In the middle of the road and just drove off. And that's bad writing. But that is bad writing.
Well, I was going to say, but to me, it's extreme enough to where it's entertaining enough to keep me tuned in only because it's so crazy.
All right. So how would you rate this episode? 1 to 5. 5 being awesome. 1 being awful.
Well, to me, it wasn't so awful the way I just dismiss looking at anything he produces or creates.
Well, I wrote him off. I wrote him off after.
See, I didn't do that, but you did that based on what you had seen with his other production.
Yeah, I'm tired of Tyler. I'm tired of him and his shenanigans.
Well, you know, when you're a billionaire now, you do. He living out it. He doing what he wants.
Yeah. I mean, only thing positive I hear when people get in the comments on my videos, other people's videos, is about the fact that he's Black and he's a billionaire and he's creating jobs.
And those few variables are enough for him to keep him.
That was quality. That was a quality production. They never say that. They just talk about him being Black, billionaire, him creating jobs.
And those are probably the 3 critical variables for folks in the Black community. So for us, outside of the entertainment aspect, maybe that's enough to keep him. He don't need that sort of validation apparently because he continues to.
And he's getting the numbers. He's getting the views because look at me, I'm watching and I hate it.
And see, that's the false positive, ain't it? Because we watch it, but we watching it knowing
I hate it. I could be watching Tubi. Tubi. But how would you rate it?
It's similar. I'd probably give it like a 2.
A 2. I give it a.
I wouldn't recommend it to nobody other than to say, man, you need to watch this crazy ass show.
I give it a 1.
It's a goofy scenic show. 1 minus.
-1. No, I'll give it a 1. I don't dislike him personally.
He set that expectation.
I just dislike his audacity.
What?
To have all these resources and not accept any critique.
I think he does, but
no, he don't. He don't, because if he did, he'll let somebody write for him. Not even just all the time. Like, okay, I'm gonna put you on this project. I got this 6-picture deal with Netflix. I'll bring you in on this 1.
Let me ask you this. This show so far, what we've seen, you think if it were probably like a more experienced writer,
but see,
I think the show got potential if it were written in a tone that works.
Yeah, of course.
You know,
of course. And when you say
kind of dumbing down some of these extreme,
we got to stop giving Tyler passes like he don't have experience as a writer, because he does. He's written a lot of stuff.
Yeah, he's
experienced. He just hadn't grown.
Right. So with that, we already know what to expect out of that. And I don't think you surprised. Maybe you are surprised by this one, but not really, because you kind of know his productions have been inferior in your mind.
I'm not surprised. I was just hopeful. I'm disappointed.
You were hopeful that he had done embrace some more resources to produce.
Yeah.
Oh.
All right. Well, I guess we'll watch episode 2.
Yeah.
Are you going to come back to give your thoughts?
I'd like to. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't think I got anything profound to share, but
no, I mean, we'll just react to whatever Tyler puts on his screen. So I'm wondering, like, next few episodes, is it going to calm down? Like, all of the anger, aggression, beat is, hold it. I wonder if it's going to subside a little.
Well,
we'll see.
You've seen enough of TylerPerry to kind of get a read on what probably is to come or what to expect. You ain't too much missed on that yet. So he's got a body of work that leads us to believe this next episode or episodes gonna be probably more of the same.
Yeah, probably so.
So,
all right. Well, that's all we have for today. We will be back with subsequent episodes. Thank you for watching, and I'll talk to you on the next one. Bye.